Hi, I'm Reketta. I'm a licensed professional counselor. Over the years, I have learned that life can be complicated. Depression, suicide, failed relationships, family, and work life balance are all critical issues that need to be discussed. Well, I'm here to say, let's talk about it. Join me as I discuss with various individuals the many complexities of mental health. Welcome to Couch Talk with Reketta.
Hello everyone, welcome to Couch Talk. I am Reketta Wright. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and Couch Talk is just a platform to educate people, to empower individuals about different life challenges. It's where I have guest experts, guest therapists on to talk about different things that happen in life. Life happens to us all, and it's just good just to talk about some things in case you are afraid to share with your family, your friends. People come talk to me on the couch every day, and so I just wanted to create a platform to share things that you may be experiencing as well, and let you just hear about from some experts on how we handle different things. So today I have Pastor Deon Clark here with me, and we're talking about faith, the African American church, and mental health, which is a huge taboo in the church world, about seeking therapy, about seeking outside help. And so I am a believer. I believe in God. I am a Christian, but I also believe in other things that can help you heal emotionally. So I wanted to bring a pastor on today to hear about maybe some of the things that he's seen in pastoring and how he helps his members to deal with certain challenges. So I want to first thank you for being on Couch Talk. You're welcome. So just tell us, who you are, what you do, and just enlighten us on who you are.
Okay, I'm Pastor Deon Clark. I'm the senior pastor of Equation Church here in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I am a North Carolina A&T graduate, and you cried. And we are just a church that believe in enabling the city and loving people the way God did it. And it's just funny that I'm here on this week because I just got through talking to my church on Sunday about how the African American church neglects mental health.
Wow.
And so, because when we grew up, we was always told, oh, if you go talk to someone, it was like detrimental. It was like you were bad. It was the devil. It was no good. It was like, and I said, listen, I believe in God each day, every day. He's a healer. I know he can do it.
Yes.
But sometimes you have to go get help. I think that everything requires action. So if you're going to get blessed, it requires action from you. If God's going to answer your prayers, it requires action from you. Same thing, if you're going to get healed mentally, holistically, it requires action. You have to do something to help yourself.
That is so true. And so I think that it's great, everything that you just said, because you have to put the work in to see those results. And so what do you think some of the challenge is in the faith-based community about actually seeking help? What do you think the taboo is about it?
So I think that the first thing is fear. It's fear. It's fear to allow someone else to help you, or fear that you may get seen going into someone's office, or fear that your business may get told, or fear that you may think you're crazy based on your roots. And when I say your roots, it's tradition. Everything is traditional. So we in the African American church, we let our community down based on tradition. And so we're afraid to break tradition.
That's good.
So based on what we're taught, we try to stick to what we're taught, knowing we need to break from tradition to get better, going for where we need to go.
Right.
And so I think that's the number one thing: fear of breaking tradition, or what you were told, or letting someone else into your life, letting someone else into your circle. I tell people all the time, I can only give you spiritual counseling. I'm not educated, certified, trained to give you mental health counseling. People have to understand there is a difference.
It's a difference.
Yeah. I think fear, I think tradition, and I think those are the main two things of just why we in the African American church, and even in our ethnicity, just don't want to go get help. But I'm telling people, I told my church Sunday, even the people that help people sometimes have to get help.
Yes.
And it's okay.
It's okay.
And so, we are, I know you didn't ask me this, but we are, and you're going to be a part of this, but we are going to take a Sunday next month just to have a mental health panel.
Okay.
And vendors for resources. So I'm not even going to preach a sermon. We're going to do that in place of the sermon where people can ask questions, because that's how different we are, not to get stuck in tradition in order to just make sure that everybody understands mental health is real.
It's real.
And we avoid the facts. We avoid the ambiance, or we avoid the signs.
Right.
And so then, because in our church, I've seen, not in our church, but just overall in ministry. I've seen people, be suicidal. I've seen people deal with, anxiety. I've seen people, who have all type of mental health disorders.
Right.
And they're just afraid to go after it.
Yes, that's so good. I think that is awesome that you're gonna. That is really community work. That's ministry. It's not your normal. We're gonna have church, but you're really trying to reach people in a different way to let your members know that I care about you.
Absolutely.
I believe in this. I think this is important, and people are suffering in silence.
That's really good, because I tell people sometimes it's okay to have silent strength, but you can't have silent strength all the time.
Right.
Sometimes you got to speak up.
Yes.
And when you said people are suffering in silence, that breaks a whole nother door of open, because people have to be willing to talk. And what people don't realize is you can't help other people until you help yourself.
Right.
So you're helping other people broken. You're helping other people with mental health issues. And so what you're doing is you're not helping them, you're hurting them.
You're hurting
because
them.
In the midst of trying to help them, you're not giving them the right kind of help, because all help is not good help.
That's good. That is so
you just have to understand that, that's why we remain broken, because there are so many people with mental health disorders that are broken, that's helping people that are halfway healthy mentally, but then by the time they finish, they end up needing help, because broken people are breaking people.
Yes, and they're touching their lives, touching their souls.
In the wrong way.
In the wrong way.
Yeah.
I so agree with that. That is so important. And another challenge is, I think, because Christians or people who belong to churches, they trust their pastors so much. They feel like, oh, I can only go talk to my pastor. I want to talk about that, because that I see that a lot. I grew up in church. My dad is a pastor, and
PK kid.
Yeah.
It's rough.
And it's rough. It's rough. And a lot of times people think their pastor can only touch them, or I don't want to go talk to anybody else. I don't want to talk to the deacon or who my pastor has put in position to assist them. So let's kind of talk about that, because you're a leader, you're a pastor, you've been in ministry for years. Share on that.
So again, I think holistically it goes up what we said, but then we as pastors have to be willing to accept the fact that we are called to be their pastor. And when you're called to lead a flock, when you're called as a pastor to shepherd people, you have to shepherd them with the best advice that you know how. And we always, we don't always make the right decisions all the time, because nobody does.
Right.
But you should make the best decision for the individuals. And if you know that someone has a mental health issue, you should encourage them to go seek mental health counseling, because they have to understand where we as pastors in the African American faith, we get it confused, again, like I said, spiritual counseling with mental health counseling. And it's two totally different things.
Right.
And so people need to know, listen, go get help. Like sometimes, we can pray for you as your pastor. We can lift you up. We can fast for you. We can have 10 meetings with you. But if we are not qualified,
yes.
and unless a pastor has mental health training and background and degrees, there are some that do. If they do, you're in the right place.
Yes.
But for me, I don't have that. I can see some signs and because of what I read, but But reading doesn't make you educated enough to help somebody through it.
Right.
It just helps you acknowledge what to look for. You know, it's a difference in being educated and being trained. You know, someone who is trained and educated is considered qualified.
Yes, absolutely.
And so they have to understand the difference. So I think that people in the church, you know, I encourage you to even, you know, it's okay to let your pastor, like, Pastor, I'm at a point where I think I need some help. And he's like, can you help me find help? Do you know any mental health counselors?
Yes.
Like, go talk to your pastor in that form, especially if you're not seeing progress in the situations, in how you're feeling and what you're going through, you know. And so you have to establish science. And then if you see that going to someone, you know, if they say, okay, hey, you really don't need mental health, at least you went and you acknowledged the fact that I thought I had some issues, but maybe I don't have those issues. But most times you'll know that if you think you have those issues, you definitely have the issues and you need to talk to someone.
Right. Yeah, that's good. This is really good. I mean, so I think this is such a topic that people just need to hear, be open to, because I think a lot of times, like you said, we're closed-minded. We're taught a certain way. You know, we're taught, you know, don't tell what goes on in our house. You know, you're strong, you got it. But
that's the way great grandma and grandma, and you know, that's why I think that people in our ethnicity, I think because we were always taught to be so strong and to defend ourselves and to, you know, and I get that. It's nothing, just because you seek mental health counseling doesn't make you weak.
Right.
It actually makes you stronger.
It makes you stronger.
And so that's what people have to understand. It doesn't make you any less of a person. What's going to make you less of a person is when you don't seek the right kind of help.
Yes.
You know, I just got through telling my church Sunday also that when you use the muscle in your mind, you have the power in your mouth. And so what I mean by that is when you use your mind to speak that which you want to be, to become what you know you need to be, that's the same thing. Use your mental strength to overcome how you feel, to say, you know what? I need to go do this.
Yes.
I need to go seek help. I need to go talk to somebody. And it doesn't have to be somebody that you know. You know, we think that we can get mental health counseling from our friends. No, that's not it.
Yes,
you know,
that's not it.
Not from your pastor, not from your friends, you know, not from your husband, wife. You know, you get support from them, but not the right kind of help.
Right. And it's great to have that support system. I always tell people you need at least 3 to 5 trusted people that you feel like that will support you through anything that you can just share anything with. But again, that's different from seeking trained, qualified professional help. And sometimes there's a cost that's associated with it. You know, that you have to pay for. It's an investment of time, of money, and also resources.
Yeah, and I think that's also another thing of why people don't, because they're afraid of the cost. But I believe, and you can help me, I'm not sure, but aren't there certain situations where maybe their insurance will help pay for some of it, but they just have to do the research depending on what's going on and seek their physician and all those things like that, you know. And I think that people should understand that, listen, there are ways to get help if you really need the help, but if they don't, an investment will always return to you, the right kind of investment.
Yes, the right kind of investment.
You know, and so it would always return to you. So if you invest in yourself now, it'll definitely pay off later. Yes,
and just to let people know, there are, if you have insurance, a lot of times your EAP can provide those first free 5 or 10 sessions depending on what your insurance plan covers, and that's a great way to start out, to see, okay, is there something really going on with me? Let me go talk with somebody. You know, utilize those benefits that you have through your job because they're very necessary. And we just have so much to talk about, but we have to wrap it up now. So what would you just like to empower people with and leave them with today? It's going to be so many people watching from across the world, different cities, different countries. What do you want to share with them as we close out on today?
I think that the main thing, holistically, just take the approach that we've talked about the last few minutes and just know that it is okay. Like, invest in yourself, seek the right kind of help, and go after what belongs to you, because the minute that you don't invest in yourself, the minute you try to help people when you're in a broken place in your life because you end up hurting people, I think that overall I just want them to don't get stuck in tradition
That's good.
but get stuck in what belongs to them. Because when you know what belongs to you, you're going to do what it takes to get what belongs to you. And I think that everybody deserves to be happy and healthy mentally. And so when your mind is right, everything else is right. Everything starts in your mind. Everything starts in the head. The Bible speaks that so as a man thinketh, so is he. You are what you think you are.
Yes.
You are what you say you are. You are what you declare you are. So just go after the right things, seek the right kind of help, and it's okay to seek mental health counseling.
Good. So how can individuals reach you if they would like to follow you on social media, visit your church if they're local here in Greensboro? Tell us that real quick.
Okay, cool. So again, it's Equation Church, 901 Broad Avenue. Our website is www.eqchurch.org. You can follow us on Facebook at Equation Church, and same thing for Instagram. My personal social media is Deon Clark, DeonClark for Facebook, and it's okay if it says can't accept any more friend requests, just go follow.
Okay.
And you can follow that way because the friend limit is up,
You're pretty popular.
And then the Instagram is @PASTAHD, so like pasta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
D. So, and just reach out to us, and we'll definitely be glad to, if you have any questions or, reach out to us. We'll be glad to have conversations with you.
All right. Well, thank you so
Thank you so much for
coming
having
on
me.
Couch Talk. Thank you.